Test. Yeah, it's working. Okay. Hi guys. This is welcome to the first episode of a new series that I plan on start called ChatFox. It's a series where I essentially hear a prompt or pick or just get prompted by something that I'm doing in my regular nerdy habits and do essentially unscripted rants. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a topic and I'm just going to talk about it. Or talk about like my thoughts and my opinions on the matter and none of it's really scripted really and yeah, so think of this as a kind of a podcast series as well. Like it's a series where I don't really do much with videos, and to be honest I actually can't really because I don't have the best equipment on me right now due to my certain circumstances that maybe some people might be aware of. But anyway, so yeah, so it's a podcast series. The other things that you have to know. No, I guess there's not much else I need to know. So, okay, I'm just gonna get started here. So the first thing that I wanted to do for this series is I've just been watching some of the seasonal anime right now. This is right now in the fall 2018 season, right? So right now, what's going on? There's quite a bit of shows that I didn't start watching at first, but I ended up watching anyway because of hearing hype and whatnot, and I figured that it's a good idea to be aware of what direction the viewership is heading towards, especially because of future aspirations. But anyway, no, this is the first video, so I guess we can come back to that topic another time. So I've noticed that I don't know if anyone else is in the same position as I am, but there's like three different anime airing right now with the shoujo I tag that just all happen to air on Fridays. Yeah, so basically I labeled my Fridays to be Yuri Fridays because yeah, so I mean like there's a lot. Two of them are just like simple moe trash and meant for the laughs and for the cuteness and all. Like I don't know if you guys heard of Tonari no Kyuketsuki-san. Well, the one with the vampire, and then the one with the lolicon May. That one is that one drives me nuts every time. But okay, but the one I wanted to talk about is actually the third one, which is the more serious shoujo ai that we haven't gotten since I think it was Citrus. But yeah, that's that's opening a can of worms there. But so right now, yeah, the Yuri genre is being represented by this series right now, called Yagate Kimi ni Naru. English is Bloom into You. Still not entirely sure about the symbolism behind that title, but okay, just before I begin though, before I start talking about like what I feel about this show, let's just set some context here. I do not know the manga, so I don't know what's going to happen in the future episodes. This at the time of recording, only the fourth episode has come out. So anything, I'm just going to talk about. So I'm both going to talk about things that happened in the fourth episode. So I guess this is a spoiler warning. But then also I'm going to say things not knowing what's going to happen in the future. So hopefully that's clear. The next, so I suppose the first thing I want to do is react to the episode that I just saw like last night. It was kind of painstaking, but yeah, I managed to find a way to watch it, and yeah, I guess the last episode, well, what happened there, episode four, it was like focused quite a bit on that dude in the student house. Right? Oh, actually, are people watching this show? Yeah. So it focused mostly on the first dude in that show. I think his name is Maki, and let's see, what was my reaction if I can just remember. Uh, all I know is that I didn't mind the direction they were going in. Like, I think a few comments actually I've seen online in reaction to this pointed this out is that this is like probably one of the rare cases where a guy sees the two girls like doing something like to indicate the shoujo eye, the Uranus of it, and not using it as a means of blackmail or some sort of other like unholy means. Like, but I mean, what this guy's obviously not maybe not the best reaction to this whole thing. Like I don't know. Like the way I see it is he's okay. So basically he's just enjoying this as an observer, right? He just enjoys observing other people's romances. And then there was that part where if when the romance was directed to him, he just found it boring because like the spectator should not be oh wait, no, a character on this in the story should not be falling in love with the spectator, that kind of thing. That was like no, no. Well, the first thing that came to mind is that movie I learned about where it was literally about a a guy in the film like emerging out of the theater screen and falling in love with this girl who was watching. Like he was still in black and white too, so that's why I don't know. I forgot what the title is, but I remember it being like a kind of a big deal, and I'm gonna look into it. But okay, no, that's a tangent. I'm sorry. So back to the topic at hand. The guy here, he wants to be a spectator, so he's just like enjoying this new romance. And the thing is, I actually don't blame him for the way he's acting because like I guess he's keen on observing like other people's um stances in their relationship. Like he pretty much like understood Koito's feelings faster than she did, and that's the cliffhanger that they left it with. Is yeah, like he probably just revealed the truth to her and whatnot, right? So yeah, but back to the point about him being a spectator though, like I can actually understand where he's getting at because it is kind of fun to be kind of like on the observer's seat, the bench, the theater of watching like other romances around you fall apart. Like I've actually been there a few myself, and I'm pretty sure some of you guys have as well, where you just enjoy hearing the rumors, like watching from the distance, and also feeling happy when things go work well, or all feeling genuinely bummed down when things go poorly. Like it's almost is entertainment in a sense. So can we really say that this is like an antagonistic type of thing what he's doing? Like does it give off that vibe? It does kind of, like he does kind of come off as being a little bit what's the word I'm looking for, like psychotic, no. But no, I think it's going to be interesting because his position right now is he's a guy who knows the truth, probably knows more of the truth than Koito does, and he wants to see, if anything, he wants to see this whole romance flourish. So who knows? He might actually be an ally in all this. He might actually help set things up to go in a positive direction for these two who are paired in a rather. Oh, okay, let's delve into that topic now. How about that? So yeah, that's just my reaction for episode four. Like it's mostly about the guy after all, right? So it wasn't much in terms of I guess main development between those two. Besides that questionable scene where Toko or Nanami was coming onto her again with the whole scene in the student council with the thing that Maki saw. But building on that and also like referring back to the previous episodes and basically the reason why I think this show is so good right now is it it does do what Citrus did. It does kind of do what a lot of shoujo yuri series do, and what it's infamous for is when like a lesbian girl when a kind of like comes onto a straight girl and makes her gay, and then it's just yeah, it does seem like Stockholm syndrome. It does seem like acquiescence. It sounds like a lot of social problems, but the thing here right now is I think it's interesting because this is mostly a story about Koito here. It's not so much about Nanami. I mean, it is about Nanami, but it's not so much about Nanami in that, or at least not yet. Is we're diving into like her reasonings and her background. Yeah, we only dove into it enough so that there's some context for Koito to I suppose like become an emotional support for her. Like this was especially prominent in episode three after all, right? When those two were outside and talking about the speech, and Nanami was nervous, and Koito knows that she's she's just being normal, and it's like normal to feel nervous about like things like this, and this is just why I love Koito so much. Like she sees through all the illusions. Like we have this standard like perfect president trope with Nanami where she just has like everyone's approval. She has all the skills. She's capable of everything. And yeah, normally how this sort of thing would work is that the main character who's like average height, who's less I guess outgoing and popular, and it kind of like starts crushing on this older character, this upperclassman who basically reflects all the qualities that she has. But in this case, it's different because it's really unique too. Because like Koito's attraction to Nanami at the very beginning of this series was mostly because of some sort of like shared ideology. Like Koito has like ever like obviously I'm just gonna keep talking now. Koito is was in love with the idea of love for the longest time, but then she just didn't. But then when she actually got that confession, she felt nothing, right? Like holy crap, that's all. That's already like kind of that's already really interesting because like it makes a huge statement on like how much like romance in entertainment media can like warp our idea of it and like give us all these expectations, and then when we don't get it, like the disappointment that we feel, like it's probably rare. It's probably not as exaggerated as in this show, but it's just so. I just think it's so well done how Koito's angst over this is just so it's just so prominently presented in all this. Right? So that's why like when when Nanami like starts coming on to her, starts to like say, you know, I'm falling in love with you and such. That was actually like in a way a huge betrayal for Koito. Like I'm pretty sure that's apparent because like she even says that in her monologue, right? Like she's like feeling like jealous or she's feeling like she feels she wishes she could be the same. But yeah, it's just so like even I felt it the moment she said that, you know, I'm falling in love with you. Like I was just thinking, oh wait, but wasn't Koito like seeking to you for advice because you were the type who just doesn't understand love, who doesn't feel those feelings, and now what do you now you're just having these feelings for me, and now I'm just like stuck in a weird position where because already it's kind of weird because like it's from another girl, and second is because like it's from the same girl who you thought that you could ask for advice, and now she's just like kind of going on ahead of you in what you thought you was a shared struggle between you two. So I can see where Koito, I can see why Koito is like so reluctant about all this is because she doesn't want to. So now she's in a reluctant position. She's in a difficult position where like now she's like forced to kind of well not really forced but basically she's now going to spend a lot of time with this person who practically confessed her feelings already like right from the start, and still going to start seeing more sides of her, is going to start experiencing more of these firsts, and all the while she's still constantly being disappointed by all of her expectations. Like she's not feeling the spark, she's not feeling the butterflies in the stomach thing, you know, even after that all dramatic kiss thing in the at the train, right, the crossing there, like she still felt nothing, and that was just that was a supremely impactful moment there when just doesn't when once again like she has like a first time taken away from her, like the first kiss, you know, you think that would be a big moment, right? You think that I'm pretty sure a lot of people who haven't had their first kiss yet still think that it's going to be like a super huge big moment, right? But it is very possible. Koito demonstrated it is that it's likely that sometimes you won't get any spark from that. So it's interesting how this will eventually develop into an actual romance after all, right? Because this is a shoujo. This is about two girls falling in love. This is the ultimate goal of this is the ultimate end of this whole series. We're probably expecting some sort of like romantic breakthrough, right? But right now she's not feeling so much the spark, but rather, as Maki demonstrated, it's more like she has an understanding of Nanami's position. She knows her weaknesses. She's able to console her, see her as something more than just like an idol that everybody or like this big figure that everybody idolizes is what I mean. And the thing is, I do wonder though if that is a bit orthodox for romance because like after all like I noticed that a lot of the best romance formulas tend to be just, you know, spend a lot of time together, know each other's like ups and downs, strengths and weaknesses, so on and so forth. And this there's and honestly I think the pacing is good for this right now is Koito and Nanami. Well, Koito's like learning more about Nanami and more, and then through interactions with other people as well they're gonna like start developing things. I don't know. It's kind of hard to summarize because like it's just I mean there's a lot going on after all. But yeah, I'm actually really optimistic about how the series is going. Like it's all already a lot different from Citrus, which was representing us. And the thing is, I actually did like Citrus too. It's just that it tries to do something so risky, so it requires like a complex understanding of emotion. I'm not trying to sound like elitist or anything like that. I'm just saying that I took a different understanding from it. I realized that he was trying to do something that probably doesn't look good like on paper to a lot of people, and I don't know, the anime does kind of lose some of the charm that the manga has simply from the reduced art style. But the thing is, the art style isn't that bad. No, this is another tangent. I'm not going to talk about Citrus right now. All I'm going to say is that this show right now, Yagate Kimi ni Naru, it's just it is definitely doing like the genre justice. And it's okay to be optimistic because I know that on my anime list, the manga right now has a rather high score, so like an 8.3 or something. So yeah, I think that's actually really good. I think this is gonna turn out well. You know, the art's good. Yeah, the art style might be like a bit bug-eyed for some people, but the thing is, it's consistent. The coloring is where the appeal of this show is. You know, the OP and the ED are great. The voice acting, oh my God, can we give props to like Yuki Takada for like doing all these monologues that just like pierce your soul? Like, it's so good. But yeah, I have no real complaints with this show at all right now. Like I just think that it certainly deserves a lot of credit, and I hope that a lot of people are enjoying it as well, or enjoying it as well as I am. If it is like uninteresting to other people, I would say that it's probably because it's not the style of story that's just interesting to those people. Because I don't see how this show is doing anything wrong in terms of what it's trying to accomplish. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a little pretentious, and who knows? Maybe I could be proven completely wrong by future episodes. You know, this might actually end up going downhill. I'm just sharing my thoughts right now because have you noticed how long I could actually rant about this for a bit? So yeah, I think I've more or less said my piece here because I don't have any more in terms of I mean, I only have 4 episodes after all to talk off of, and pretty much covered everything. Did I miss anything? Uh, yeah, no, I don't think so. So, okay, I'm just gonna wrap it up here on a good note. So, let's see how long this is. Okay. Um, yeah, okay, so all right, thank you for listening to the end. If you were listening anyway, this is yeah, essentially I'm just trying to basically a couple minutes of yeah, just me talking about just talking about like the one prompt, and I'm barely staying on track. Like I don't have that many like I do have like some notes, but not really enough to yeah, stay on track. I mean, but that's actually kind of the fun of this, and it makes it super easy, I guess. And yeah, so that was the first episode of Chatbox. Yeah, once again, I hope you guys liked it, and I really hope that I managed to keep this going. And once I come back from my circumstances and able to access all my proper equipment, I can do a bit more with these. Because right now it is really just me talking into like literally just the mic part of a pair of headphones, and yeah, so that's why the sound quality probably won't be great, and then I can't really do much in editing either because I don't have my software either. But what can I do? I'm just talking, and you guys can hear me, so or at least barely you can hear it enough. You can understand my words. So yeah, that was my entire spiel on Yagate Kimi ni Naru, and next episode I might have another reaction to I don't know. Like I can react to basically anything here because I'm watching some other seasonal stuff right now, but I'm also playing like a bunch of new games or at least hearing about other things. And sometimes I'm just gonna get a prompt that has nothing to do with current events, but just something that I want to like ramble on and on for 20 minutes or something or so about. But yeah, we'll see how things go. And yeah, so if you like this video, be sure to tell people because you know, I'm just starting out from scratch right now. I don't have much of an audience, so here's hoping that people like the things I am saying, or people have problems with the things I'm saying. That's also good too, because then you know, because I can be proven wrong after all. So in fact, if I said anything that you guys disagree with or is actually outright wrong, then please go ahead and correct me because you know, like it's better for me to be enlightened than to just carry on like with these incorrect assumptions, right? So Yeah, okay, I'll sign off here. Thank you for listening again, and I'll see you in the next video or whatever I make. Yep, see you guys later. Bye.